Hello friends, my name is Mohsin Mullah and I welcome you all to this video lecture. So in this video lecture, let us see one example which will demonstrate how the load is distributed among the two units of a plant where the two different incremental costs have been given for the two plants. Okay, so that here the statement is incremental fuel costs in rupees megawatt hour for a plant consisting of two units are dC1 by dPg1 equal to 0.2 Pg1 plus 40. Here Pg1 is having minimum and maximum, so this is the minimum and this is the maximum value. So it can be generated minimum 30 megawatt and it can maximum generate up to 175 megawatt. Similarly, the incremental cost equation for the plant 2 is 0.4 Pg2 plus 30, and generator 2 can generate between minimum of 20 megawatt to maximum of 125 megawatt. So here we have to obtain economic load distribution between the two plants. Obtain economic load distribution between the two plants. Okay, so now let us try to visualize what is the given situation here. Okay, so two plants are given, means two generators are given which are operating in a plant. So here suppose this is the power plant. Okay, so here two units are there, generator 1 and generator 2. Generator 1 and generator 2 are going to generate the respective power outputs Pg1 and Pg2. So this Pg1 can be minimum of 30 megawatt and maximum of 175 megawatt, and this can Pg2 can be, so this Pg2 is 20 megawatt to 175 megawatt. Okay, and together these two plants are going to supply to a maximum demand from the load side, which is called as PD, and they are having their own incremental cost equations which are defining a curve, incremental fuel cost curve. So for first one I can just use that, or you can directly write the incremental cost equations for the first plant as given here, equal to 0.2 Pg1 plus, I think it is 40, and here for this plant the incremental cost is given by dC2 by dPg2 equal to 0.4 Pg2 plus 30. Okay, so these are the equations which will govern the incremental fuel cost of the two plants. Okay, so now here so since these two plants are having their own capacities minimum and maximum, so we have to try to obtain the incremental fuel cost between those ranges, and we have to see which of the plant is operating at minimum incremental fuel cost at a particular generating value. So now let us first begin with the minimum value of the two generators, because they have to be when started they should be generating minimum of their prescribed values of say 30 and 20 megawatt respectively. So therefore here so we'll take the first situation at, I'll take this as condition 1, at minimum value, minimum capacity we can write, minimum capacity. So here minimum capacity of Pg1 is 30 and Pg2 is 20 megawatt. Okay, so therefore the total demand that can be supplied by this Pg1 plus Pg2 at minimum values is nothing but 30 plus 20 equal to 50 megawatt. Okay, so minimum of the demand is 50 megawatt that can be applied on the load. And let us try to find the incremental cost here. So dC1 by dPg1 for the first plant is 0.2 Pg1. Pg1 value is 30 plus 40. Okay, so 30 plus 40. So now here it is equal to 6 plus 40, 46 rupees per megawatt hour. Okay, so that is the one cost. Okay, so that is the cost of the generator 1 for generating minimum capacity of the plant, that is 30 megawatt, which is 46 rupees per megawatt hour. Then similarly for the plant 2 we can calculate that incremental fuel cost for generating the minimum value. So here the equation is 0.4 times the minimum value is 20 plus here it is 30. So here it is 8 plus 30 is 38. So this is 38 rupees per megawatt hour. So from these two values we can clearly see that 46 and 38 rupees are the incremental fuel cost at minimum generating capacity of the two plants. So now so we can clearly see that the generator 2 is more economical at its minimum capacity. So if minimum demand is to be supplied, say that in that case the first generator can be operated and it will be operated with the minimum cost of 38 rupees per megawatt hour of generation. And up to what particular value here this can be generated, so that is 50 megawatt. So therefore now generator 2 will be operating at the minimum capacity, or when it is generating the minimum capacity, so it will be having the cost of 38 rupees while the generator 2 is having cost of 46 rupees. So therefore the generator 1 has to be kept at the same value of 30 megawatt until the incremental cost of the second generator is subsequently increased by loading, and when the incremental cost of the generator 2 is also equal to the 46 rupees per megawatt hour. In that case the both of the generator can be loaded at the same value until one of the generator is having again the minimum incremental cost. So let us try to see that later. So now here in this particular situation, now suppose we want to see that at what condition this second generator is going to achieve incremental cost of 46 rupees. Okay, so so we can write some lines here so that you can remember. Since generator 2 has low incremental cost, G2 should be loaded till G2 should be loaded till the IC also IC of G2 is equal to IC of G1. Okay, that is it should become 46 rupees. Now let us see at what value of the generation so this incremental cost will be equal to 46. So let us say that uh, here let us say that dc2 by dpg2 is equals to 46. So taking that, let us try to find the value of the that generation. So zero point 0.4 into pg2 plus 30. Okay, so therefore rearranging the terms here, so we can write for pg2 as 46 minus 30 divided by 0.4, and this value comes around about 40 megawatt. 40 megawatt. So when the value is 40 megawatt, in that case the incremental fuel cost of the second generator is also equal to 46. So therefore the generator G2 should be loaded between the its minimum capacity up to 40 megawatt. Okay, or you can say between the total demand. So here PD we have already seen as 50 megawatt. So this another 20 megawatt can be added, since the minimum capacity is 20 megawatt, and to reach 40 megawatt another 20 megawatts needs can be loaded to the generator 2. So therefore generator 2 is loaded to meet the demand, to meet the load as PD from 50 megawatt to PD equal to 70 megawatt. 70 megawatt because generator 1 is already operating at 30 megawatt plus this 40 megawatt. So total demand here, So if I want to write here Pg1 plus Pg2 as the demand, new demand after this loading of the second generation, so you get 30 plus 40 equal to 70 megawatt. Okay, so up to 70 megawatt both the generators will reach to their equal incremental cost. Okay, so that is what we are trying to obtain here, and let us try to obtain the condition for that incremental cost for different values of PD between 50 megawatt and 70 megawatt. Okay, so we know that PD is nothing but Pg1 plus Pg2. So therefore we can try to write Pg2 equal to PD minus Pg1. So now let us therefore try to write in terms of the incremental cost. So it is 0.4 Pg2 plus 30. So substituting Pg2 we get PD minus Pg1 plus 30, and Pg1 already it is set at 30, so PD minus 30 plus 30. So this value will be equal to, this lambda will be equal to 0.4 PD plus this will be plus 18. Okay, so this is the equation for incremental cost that will govern for the demand between 50 megawatt to 70 megawatt. Okay. Similarly we can try to obtain for maximum condition. Okay, so let us see what will be the incremental cost at the maximum. So I'll just write it at second at max capacity. Max capacity of Pg1 is 175 megawatt and max capacity of Pg2 is 125 megawatt. So substituting in their corresponding equations, dC1 by dPg1 0.2 Pg1 175 plus 40 and dC2 by dPg2 equal to 0.4 into 125 plus 30. So here it is going to be around about 35 plus 40, so this is going to be 75 rupees per megawatt hour, and here it is going to be point plus 50 plus 30 is 80, so it is 80 rupees per megawatt hour. Okay, so now observing these two values, so the incremental cost of the second plant is higher at the maximum capacity. 80 rupees is higher value at maximum capacity, while the incremental fuel cost of plant 1 is 75 rupees, which is lower at the maximum capacity. So if suppose the demand is to be met above the maximum capacity, so first the generator 1 has to be loaded, then onwards only the generator 2 has to be loaded. Okay, so that is the situation we have to consider here. Okay, so now let us try to obtain condition at which this will happen. So just let me just move it. So to understand what is happening here, so let us just try to show these values with the help of a curve here. Okay, so the two curves of the two plants, since we have got the values. Okay, so for the generator 1, minimum capacity is 20 megawatt. For generator 2 it is 30 megawatt, and maximum is 175 for first generation. One 75 for first generation and 125 for second generator. Okay, so now here the value of this minimum incremental cost for this minimum generation is here already we have obtained for generator 1 is I think it is for generator 2. For generator 2 is okay, so just let me write this G1. Here it is minimum G G2 max and G2 G1 max. So now 38 rupees is the cost for G2 minimum, and 46 rupees is the cost of incremental cost of generation for G1 generation. Okay, now when the capacity reaches to the maximum value, in that case, okay, so here for the generator 1, the cost is 75, and for generator 2 the cost is 80. So joining the two points here for individual you can say values, so we get the shape like this. Okay, so here clearly we can see that how the incremental cost is changing with respect to increase in the power. Okay, so these are the incremental cost curve of the two plants. So this is for generator 2 and this is for generator 1. Okay, so now for the generator 2 we have seen that the maximum demand is 75, means maximum capacity can be reached at 75 rupees per megawatt hour. So let us try to find what is the power generation at which generator 2 will operate at the same incremental fuel cost. Okay, so for generator 2, rupees 75 for max capacity. Okay, so therefore lambda equals to 75. So by solving this we get Pg2 equal to 75 minus 30 divided by 0.4. Therefore Pg2 equal to 112.5 megawatt. Okay, so generator 2 will reach to the 75 rupees of incremental fuel cost only up to 112.5 megawatt. Beyond that generator 2 is not economical to be operated, and beyond after loading generator 2 up to 112.5 megawatt, only generator 1 should be loaded for supplying the further increase in the demand. Okay, So that is what we have to do. So together Pg1 plus Pg2 in this particular case can generate up to, so here if I try to write Pg1 plus Pg2, okay, so already Pg1 is 175 and this one is, so together they can supply a maximum of load demand of 287.5 megawatt. Okay, so once the demand is about 287.5 megawatt, only generator 1 should be loaded. So for PD between 70 megawatt to 287.5 megawatt, both the generators should be loaded for equal incremental fuel cost. Okay, so there has to be one equation that governs this particular value. So let us try to find that value now. Okay, so equal means this lambda for both the equation should be same. So that is lambda equal to, first equation is 2.2 Pg1 plus I think it is 40, and also this value should be equal to 0.4 Pg2 plus 30. So rearranging the equation we can try to write, therefore we can write here by taking this to the right hand side, 0.4 Pg2 minus 0.2 Pg1 equal to 10. Let this be equation number 1. So another equation can be obtained from the maximum demand at this particular case, in this particular case. So PD equal to, or we can write here directly, we can write Pg2 plus Pg1 is equals to PD. Okay, so now we can multiply by 0.2 for both of these terms, 0.2 Pg2 plus 0.2 Pg1 equal to 0.2 PD. Therefore adding the two equations, adding 1 and 2, so 0.2 plus 0.4, 0.6 Pg2, second term here will get cancelled, and on the right hand side it will be 10 plus 0.2 PD. Okay, or you can write Pg2 is equal to 1 divided by 0.6, 10 plus 0.2 PD, and substituting this particular expression here, in case of the incremental cost 0.4 Pg2, so in place of Pg2 let us substitute this, plus 30. Okay, so here it will be 1 divided by 3 into 2 divided by 3, so 2 is multiplied inside, so 1 divided by 3, 20 plus 0.4 PD plus 30, or you can take the 30 common, so 1 divided by 3 common, so what you're gonna get is here 0.4 PD plus 110. Okay, so this equation is the governing equation for maximum demand, which will be between 70 megawatt to 287.5 megawatt. So in this up to this particular maximum demand, both the generators should be loaded at the equal incremental cost. Okay, so whatever incremental cost will come from this formula for a particular demand, so that for that value of the lambda we should determine Pg1 and Pg2, and those will be the loading values of the two generators, okay, Pg1 and Pg2. that is what we have to do. And once 87.5 megawatt demand is reached, so if any other further increment in the demand will be there. Okay, so for demand greater than PD greater than, here I'll just demand PD greater than 287.5 megawatt. Suppose if the demand increases, then what should we do? Obviously, in generator 1 should be only loaded. G1 should only be loaded till it reaches its maximum capacity, its max capacity. Then generator 2 is loaded to supply the remaining load, or till it reaches its max capacity. Okay, that is up to 112.5 it is loaded now. G2 is loaded, so it can be loaded for another 12.5 megawatt, that is it can reach only up to 125 megawatt. So that is how we have to load. And here by referring this equation for incremental fuel cost, different values of Pg1 and Pg2 have been determined, which are shown in this particular table here. So this is like a summary. Okay, so summary of load distribution. So initially when the minimum demand is 50, in that case here minimum capacity of the two generating units is used. As the demand is increased to next value of 55 megawatt, so in that case the generator 1 is kept as minimum value, because generator 2 is economical in that case. So only generator 2 load has been increased to 25 megawatt. Similarly, at 70 megawatt of the demand, again it is kept at the 30, and the Pg2 is increased to 40 megawatt. Still the incremental cost is 46, which is now you can say incremental fuel cost equal to both the generators. So there afterwards, from this particular point onwards up to 75, so the two generators are loaded for equal incremental value. So suppose if the here the demand is 85, so depending upon the incremental cost of 48, Pg1 value is obtained as 40 and Pg2 value is 45. When the demand is 100, in that case here it is 50, so lambda value is obtained first, 50. So using the lambda value, the demand is obtained as 50 and 50. So next is 175, so in that case again lambda is calculated 175 here. So then up to maximum of 287.5 we can do this calculation, and by that time first generator will reach to its capacity of 175, and the second generator will also reach to you can say economical operation of 112.5. There afterwards, if any increase in the demand is there, so this generator 1 is reached its maximum capacity, so it will remain constant. Only the generator 2 is loaded until it reaches to 125. So by that means if the demand is up to 300 megawatt, so between 100 and you can say 287.5 to 300, only generator 2 is supplying the demand, increased demand. Okay, so through this particular you can say table, it is very clear to understand that how the load is distributed between the two generators to obtain the economic operation of the two generators here. So what we did earlier, so we tried to determine the minimum for minimum generation, what is the incremental cost for both of the plants or both of the units, and by seeing the incremental costs we decided which of the plant needs to be loaded. So and for other plant, what is the generating capacity to reach the same incremental cost. So that is what we try to obtain. And then there onwards, for maximum condition also we try to obtain the incremental cost, and from that we determine that the other plant is more economical, so that plant should be first loaded up to its rated capacity, and if any other further increase in the demand is there, then the other which is having a little bit higher incremental cost, so that unit should be loaded. Okay, so this is how the economic you can say distribution of the load is done on the two units. I hope you understood the content of this particular video lecture. I'll see you in the next video lecture. Till then, happy learning and thank you.